In this video, we're going to take a look at the file management system for Moodle. The file management system is an important element to understand because it's going to serve as the backbone for your course. Think of this as your H drive, if you will, for your Moodle course. You're going to go ahead and set this up very similar to how you might have your H drive set up in terms of the folders you've created, where you're storing your material, so on and so forth. If you do this correctly, then when you add elements to your actual Moodle page, it will be much easier because you'll be able to find it quicker and link those items to your Moodle page so that you have it in an organized manner. The concept of File Manager is similar to what you might have seen with Windows, but there are some differences in the sense of how you create folders and how you move items from one folder to another. So let's go ahead and take a look. To access the file management system, you're going to go to the administration block and click on Files. Now at this point you might not have anything added to your course yet or anything like that, so we want to go ahead and set up some folders. Again, a good way to think of this is how do you have it organized in your H drive. A suggestion is to organize it by subject or unit, as opposed to, say, having a folder with all of your PowerPoints in or all of your Word documents in. It's probably better to have if you know you're teaching a unit on exploration, create an exploration unit, folder, and within that, create other folders for your PowerPoints or however you might want to do it at that point. Again, it's best to keep it organized by subject or unit. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Make a Folder. At this point, it will ask me for the name of the folder. And in this case, I'm just going to call this World History Exploration. Create the folder, I simply click Create at this point. Notice now, World History Exploration has been created. I would repeat this process to make additional folders. So let's go ahead and try that. Again, I'm going to click on Make a Folder. And in this area, I'll simply name the folder again. And I might call this Braid. Okay. Now that I have my folder created, I'm ready to go ahead and add documents to this folder. Just as a side note, notice Moodle's going to tell you the size of the amount of information you have in the folder, as well as when it was created and modified. If you wanted to rename your folder at any time, you can click here and do it at that point. Notice here too, this drop-down menu allows you to move folders within folders, delete a folder completely, or create a zip archive. In order to select any of these functions, you'll first want to check the folder and then perform the action here, which I'm not going to do at this time, but if I wanted to, I'd click Move to another folder, so on and so forth. You also have a Select All and a Deselect All for checking folders as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on World History Exploration. And this might be where conceptually it's a little confusing. I am actually in the World History Exploration folder now. With Windows, it might pop open, have a box here where or a window here where the folder is open. But in this case, it's just bringing you to the page. The page is the actual folder. Okay? Once I'm here, I can upload files. Now, you are not limited in terms of the kind of files that you can add to a folder in Moodle. If you can add the Word document, PDF, PowerPoint, Excel, flip chart, whatever it might be, if you can add it to Moodle, then you can put it into your file management system. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And at this point, it's similar to attaching something to an email. I'm going to click Browse. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add this Word document called World History Notes. Once I have it selected, it'll show up in the file name, and I'll click Open. At that point, I'll see the file path right here, and I'll click Upload this file. Now notice at this point, I am in the World History Exploration folder. I can tell that right up here, World History Exploration, and the file is located now in the folder. Okay. Notice this parent folder item right here. If I want to go back up, if you will, or back out a layer in my folders, if I click that, now it's taking me to my main folder page, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get back into this folder. And notice once I click that, it's indicating to me right here that I'm in World History Exploration folder. And I'm going to go ahead and add another document. Again, I click Upload a File, click Browse. And in this case, I'm going to add this PowerPoint World History Notes. I select it, click Open, Upload the file. Okay, notice it's telling me the file was uploaded successfully, and it's giving me some other information like when I uploaded it and such. Okay. Again, notice that I have my World History Exploration folder open, as indicated right here. I can also navigate by clicking Files, or I can go back to my main page. These are called breadcrumbs. Instead of going back and forth up here, I can navigate a lot easier right here. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to go back to my files. And it's taking me back to the two file folders that I've created. If I want to go back to the main page, I can click right here, Hilton DPV. Okay, now, as you add content, bear in mind we're eventually going to put that content right here. But we want to make sure that the files and the documents and such are all organized in a very easy to use manner, so that when we do go in and start adding topic bars and labels and other items, um, it's a much easier process. And this has been how to use the file management system in